You know, at the time, I was renting an apartment with a few friends of mine. So, you know, I cooked up some chorizo con huevo and, you know, served it up. And I was like, all right, you know, here. You know, I look away for a second and, you know, my pepper friend, you know, he's over there throwing on a huge spoonful right onto, you know, on a single bite. And his face is red, he's sweating, you know, he's got tears in his eyes. And I'm like, hey, man, you got too much dip on your chip, you know? And he's like, nah, it's just so good, you know, I'm suffering, but, you know, I'm really enjoying this, you know? And that memory always kind of sticks out in my mind. Like, you know, we're with the Chile, you know, we were able to even convert something completely out of their comfort zone, you know, and they were still able to enjoy it themselves, you know.
Dude, it's funny, man, because my grandpa's red chile has been around longer than I've been alive, collectively longer than both me and Danny been around. So I don't ever really like remember a time where it was like where it just kind of came to, right? It was just kind of like always there. I can't ever I can't pinpoint when like there was a time where it wasn't here or it wasn't around. Can you?
Nah, not at all. You know, I can't pinpoint when exactly that was, you know, but yeah, I mean, it was always there.
We started with our original, that's kind of always been like our flagship. That's what we grew up eating, along with the chipotle my grandpa would add on. Because we were getting a little bit of feedback from people that they wanted it a little, you know, the chile a little more spicy. We came out with the extra spicy, which is the original recipe. It's just extra spicy. But I mean, it's along the lines of like these two is what we grew up eating. The extra spicy, because yeah, there were days my grandpa would make it and it'd rock you. You know, my grandpa's old school. You know, old school Chicano, you know, very, very distinguished. I guess for lack of a better way to put it, kind of like a Renaissance man, like very just in tune with a lot of different things that you wouldn't necessarily expect him to be. But he still had like that old school train of thought. You would know if you got a jar of like, you know, my grandpa's red chile, that like you made it to his inner circle, or he had some type of admiration. But I think that for him was like showing love. I mean, don't get me wrong, he wasn't like some stone cold individual, but like he wasn't super affectionate.
Well, also too, like a big part of it, I mean, I definitely agree, you know, that was his way of showing affection, but you know, it was a recipe from his mom. How we remember it from our childhood, he did as well. Just as we're carrying on the legacy, you know, it was also the same thing for him.
This was us sorting chiles on a day that I want to say not long after we started the business, actually. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I had pictures with him because a lot of the times I was taking pictures of him making chili or videos of him making chili. This was cool because it was, my wife got to take the picture and it was like, okay, and now I'm in front of the camera with him as we, you know, got to make chili that day. So yeah. I mean, that's kind of how the business kind of came to too, is like, hey, my grandma been gone a little while. Let's do something, Grandpa. Let's you know, kind of have a little hobby for us to share with him. And, I mean, granted, we take him out selling with us too for the first year. He hated it because he would say we were socializing, not selling. But you know, it belonged to my great grandmother. So I know for him passing the torch, you know, it was serious.
We like to focus on hitting events or areas where, you know, people could, you know, people would appreciate it. You know, I mean, you know, everybody, you know, from every walk of life, you know, they appreciate a good sauce. If we find that, you know, we can kind of fit that role and, you know, fit in good there, then, you know, that's what we do. That's what we set out to do. And, you know, bring a little bit of our family to them and they can share it with theirs.
You know, we really rock with people who have a genuine connection with their own brand. And I like to make sure that they have a lot of pride in what they're doing, and therefore like having pride when like they sell it. Like for example, like we've had one account, actually Nick's, right? Nick's downtown LA. I mean, and they have us in their hot sauce carousels, and each one, you know, to me, Like that, not only does that like, you know, bring me a lot of happiness, but I walk in any of those stores, they know who I am, I know their names, every question's like almost on a personal level, and then it's business. You know what I mean? And that to me means more, because this is a familial product. I don't want it to just be a business transaction.
And in the same way that, you know, our great grandmother used to, you know, hand off jars to people, you know, to when my grandpa would do it, and, you know, to the way that we did it, you know, I mean, now we're just doing it with the bottles.
I want it to be nostalgic, right? I want them to feel that feeling that we felt. I mean, and I think that's what we're trying to, like, yeah, we bottle hot sauce, but I think in every bottle that we bottle, we're also trying to create the feeling of like what it was like for us to like be sitting at like our kitchen table with our grandparents, you know, eating, sharing a meal. And, you know, I think for me, it's a nostalgia, you know, it's just like find that familial nostalgia, or we hope we offer that.